Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another week in the world of Celtic. A week where we continue to celebrate clinching the league title. But it's also a derby week, and while the celebrations from the weekend might still be fresh in everyone's mind, we've got a trip to Ibrox looming that will no doubt be a topic of discussion as the days go on. That said, today we've got a few things to address. Just a quick Monday afternoon update. As 58-time champions, this moment holds a special significance. And we're also approaching a huge milestone, 50,000 subscribers. This would make our channel the first Celtic fan channel on YouTube to hit that mark. It's a brilliant achievement. Now let's get into some less cheerful news to start things off. And unfortunately, it's about Joda's injury on Saturday. Reports coming out suggest his season might be over after what happened at Tanadaitse. He landed awkwardly and it's resulted in a knee injury. We're still waiting on the full assessment, but from what's being said, it looks serious. During the match, it was mentioned that it might be a knee twist, but word is now that it could be worse. There are growing fears he could be sidelined until the start of next season. It's not the news anyone wanted to hear. Headlines are already swirling about the possibility of him missing the beginning of next season due to this knee issue. He was spotted leaving the stadium on crutches, and there are pictures and videos of him celebrating with teammates and supporters, crutches and all, which adds to the feeling that his season's done. We're expecting painful updates soon about the extent of the injury. Apparently, he's already had an initial diagnosis, and it's looking like he could be out for months. That would rule him out of the Scottish Cup final next month, and there's concern he might not be fit in time for the start of the new season either. It's a hard one to take, especially considering he only made his return in January. A blow for him and for all the fans who are excited to see him back. It's always tough seeing players get hurt at this stage of the season, a time we should be enjoying league celebrations, dreaming of a cup final and the potential for a treble. To hear that he might also miss the beginning of next season when we'll need a strong start is incredibly frustrating. It's almost certain now that he won't be part of the squad traveling to Ibrox this weekend. That's expected to be confirmed during the Friday press conference. It's also highly likely he'll miss the Scottish Cup final, and even more concerning is the possibility he'll be out for the Champions League qualifiers in August. That would be a real shame, as we'll need all the firepower we can get. Those qualifiers are no joke, and we'll also want to start strong domestically as we chase a 5th league title in a row. Joda remains one of our key players, and while he hasn't quite reached top form since coming back, he's been grafting to rediscover the levels he showed earlier in his Celtic career. His absence will surely have a major impact. Still, there's a sliver of hope that, with a bit of luck, he might recover in time for pre-season, get some minutes in, and be ready for the campaign ahead. It's definitely a challenging situation for the club. Being out for several months won't help his condition and will almost certainly affect his performance levels. A miraculous early return for pre-season would be brilliant, giving him a chance to get game ready and sharp for the new season. But we'll need to wait and see how it plays out. It's heartbreaking for fans, especially given the effort and cost involved in bringing him back to the club. The excitement surrounding his return has now turned to disappointment, and that's hard to take. We'll need to wait for an update from the gaffer on Friday, unless we hear something sooner. As expected, the full extent of the injury should be revealed then. Hopefully it's like that other case earlier in the season, where the media predicted a long absence and it turned out to be exaggerated. But this is a tense time for everyone. On the bright side, we've already secured the league title and the attack remains strong, even without Joda on the pitch. Players like Kuhn and Maeda will need to step up in these final matches, especially with the Scottish Cup still on the line. Having Joda available would have been ideal, shifting the focus to the attacking side of things. We've got to give credit where it's due. One of our players has just become the most decorated player in Celtic's history, claiming his 26th major honor with the club. By doing so, he surpassed a true legend from our past. After the match on Saturday, when asked about overtaking the club great, he said he's planning to visit him this week. He spoke about how important it is to pay tribute to those who laid the foundations for future generations. He's met the legend on several occasions and mentioned that his health hasn't been great lately. He also said he's connected with the family and highlighted their humility, something he believes is inspiring for young players coming through. It's touching to see him honoring the legacy and staying connected with those who paved the way. Things aren't great for the legend health-wise at the moment, and the player said he's arranging a visit. He's already met the family, who are described as down to earth, a quality that's valuable for the rising stars in the squad. It's heartening to see that link between past and present still strong. One of my dad's heroes, and a hero to many fans, remains deeply respected. Seeing this bond remain intact is special. It's brilliant that the current player wants to pay his respects and share a moment that both will remember. After all, it's not every day someone becomes the most decorated player in club history. It was sad to hear that the former great's health has declined. Of course, his personal life is private, and rightly so. It's a matter for him and his family, but I wish him the best. I was lucky enough to meet him a few years ago before a big final. A true gentleman. I still have a photo from that. On day, he's a Celtic legend, and the current player has big shoes to fill. Speaking of milestones, the nominees have been announced for the PFA Scotland Player and Young Player of the Year awards, and there's strong Celtic representation again this year, as expected. The club has 3 nominees in total, including one listed alongside a rival's forward. What an honor it is to be named among some of the league's top talents. That's what it's all about. One of our players truly deserves the main award this season. Last year, the decision didn't quite reflect the performances, so let's hope it's fairer this time around. He's been outstanding. And for the Young Player of the Year award, we've got one of our own up for that too. It's a tough field, but he's more than earned the nomination with a brilliant season. Hopefully he gets the recognition he deserves, but we know how these awards can sometimes favor local talent. In total, 4 Celtic players are in the running for individual honors this season. That's huge. Let's hope we see 2 of them walk away with the trophies. It kicks off what should be a meaningful week for the club. As mentioned, it might feel a little flat now that we've wrapped up the league, but there's still an important game ahead and revenge to be had. We've lost 2 matches this season, and that's not good enough. Time to bounce back and get the win. They're down the table, and we've got to widen the gap. We'll talk more about the game as the week goes on, so stay tuned. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. In recent weeks, Celtic Football Club has been shrouded in a cloud of sadness and uncertainty, with their manager Brendan Rodgers facing a period of personal and professional difficulty. Rodgers, who returned to Celtic Park in the summer of 2021, has been a pivotal figure in the club's success, having led them to numerous titles during his first spell. However, the atmosphere at the club has significantly shifted, and the once confident manager now finds himself battling not only the challenges on the pitch, but also personal struggles that have cast a shadow over his career. Rodgers' second stint at Celtic has been marked by high expectations. Fans and pundits alike hoped he would replicate the achievements of his first spell, during which Celtic enjoyed unparalleled domestic dominance and made notable strides in European competitions. But the pressure of such expectations, combined with the changing dynamics within Scottish football and the relentless pursuit of success, seems to be taking a toll. Reports have surfaced that Rodgers is facing personal challenges that are impacting his work at the club. While the exact nature of these difficulties remains private, it is clear that the weight of balancing personal matters with the demands of managing one of Scotland's most storied clubs has begun to take its toll. It's not just the football results that have been affected, but also Rodgers' ability to keep the team motivated and focused. On the field, Celtic's form has been inconsistent. While they have managed to secure important wins in the Scottish Premiership, their performances have been far from the dominant displays that fans became accustomed to under Rodgers' initial tenure. The team's struggles have been most evident in key fixtures, where they failed to deliver the kind of performances expected from a squad with so much talent. There's an undeniable sense of disappointment amongst the Celtic supporters, many of whom were eager to see Rodgers restore the club to its former glory. The frustrations are compounded by the dominance of rivals Rangers, who have capitalized on Celtic's inconsistencies, both domestically and in European competitions. In addition to the team's underwhelming performances, there is a growing sense of unease surrounding the long-term direction of the club. The Scottish Premiership, which Celtic once dominated with ease, has become more competitive in recent years, and questions are being asked about how well the club is preparing for the future. The lack of depth in certain positions and the absence of major signings in the transfer market have led to growing discontent among fans who feel that the club has failed to maintain the level of ambition required to compete in Europe's elite leagues. For Rodgers, this is a critical moment in his managerial career. Having achieved so much with Celtic in his first spell, he now faces the difficult task of navigating both personal adversity and the growing pressure from fans and media. It remains to be seen how he will respond to these challenges and whether he can find the strength to lead Celtic through this turbulent period. Ultimately, this is a difficult chapter for both the manager and the club. Celtic fans will undoubtedly hope that Rodgers can overcome these personal struggles and reignite the passion and success that he brought to the club in the past. However, with the landscape of Scottish football rapidly changing, Celtic must quickly find their way back to winning ways if they are to maintain their position as Scotland's premier football club. Hello fan, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.